Hello, Stamper. Welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm France Martin, independent demonstrator with Stamping Up at frenchiestamps.com. Today I'm going to share, this was another card from Pauline, one of my teammates that sent me. I did something in the past like this, but it's not the same. This one, it's more like a pop-up card, okay? The one that I did in the past, it was almost the reverse of this, but not quite. It was more like a box. So if I remove this here, it was more like a pop-up box. So I will have the link at the end of this video for the other one that many of you are going to think, oh, it's the same thing. It's very different. So here, how this going to go. And this fit in a regular envelope also. I could put a belly band around it so it would stay closed. But really, when you put it, I'm looking for an envelope right now. If you put it in an envelope, here it is one, it's going to stay close. I would put extra postage just because of the thickness, I think. It still go in the slot. I try it. It go in the slot, but it's a bit bulky. So I would put the extra postage and I would make sure to check that out at the post office. Okay. Was looking, the lighting was looking kind of off. Okay, so now you know that it fit in a regular envelope. I am using rainy day, rain or shine. The paper, I absolutely love. Yeah, rain or shine the paper. So that's what I'm using. That's what I use for this. Play in the rain, the stamp set on this. But this time, instead of just a little creature, I'm going to do it with the daisy punch. I thought that was going perfect. And if you're not in the little do that, that's okay. So let's get started here. And I will have all measurement on my blog, okay? All of it. So first thing you want, it's a piece of cardstock that measure 11 by 5.5. You're going to score at 2. You're going to score at 3 3/4, 7 1/4, and 9. Now that's the only thing here. Now let's remove this. And then I would say to use a pencil and one that you get a good eraser. Some of it, erase so dark. Now you're going to make at the second score. So both of the score in, not the first or not the last, the two in the center, you're going to make a mark at 1 inch and here at 1 inch. And you're going to do the same thing at the bottom, 1 inch, 1 inch. Now in the center, it is 5.5, and you're going to make a mark at 5.5, the top, and a mark at the bottom. And that the shadow was really bugging me here. I think now it's better. Okay, now from the 1 inch, you're gonna take a ruler, put at the first score to your mark at 1 inch, and you're gonna score this. Now the 5.5 you mark there to the mark there, you're gonna do the same thing and score. And then again here, so you pretty much do a mountain here like this, and then to the other one. And you're going to do that at the bottom also. Now, before we keep on going, we're going to take our eraser and erase this. So that way, that's why some of you are going to say, well, what kind of pencil? And the white eraser or a kneaded eraser, it's awesome. And this is just a clear point, 0.5. So you want, some pencil are very, very dark. Okay, now what we're going to do, it is, okay, let me double check this here. We're going to go push here, push here. Now we're going to go back and back, right? No, this way. I'm sorry. Yeah, we can do it this way. Perfect. We got it. Okay, now we're gonna you know what? I should go the other way because it won't crack on this way, and then this way because you want to go against your fold, right? So then it don't crack. Now you're gonna reinforce this, and you see in the back you get a little bit wider, and that is right. It's okay. That's the way it is. Now you're gonna take your point here and you're going to fold that in like this. Your point, fold that in like this. We're going to flip this and really reinforce this. And really, to make this work lovely, you really want to reinforce your score line. Now we get that. We're going to go at the other end and do the same thing. Okay, flip it. And I go in between because we get two layers really. Oops, I think I put my bone folder the wrong place there. Okay, now we're going to open it up. Voila. That is it. How simple. Now, for the side, this measure 178. Let me double check. 178 by 5 and 3/8. So 178 by 5 and 3/8. We're going to put that on each side there. Here we go. And we're going to put that right there. You could do that with any paper, or you can use, if you use two layers of cardstock, let's say the top you're going to use cardstock and stamp on it. I'm going to say be careful because it's going to get thick, okay? So if you do that, I would use like one, if it's in the color, and then the other one would be white, I would use the regular white, not the thick white. Excuse me. For the base itself, I think I would use the thick white though. Like for this one, I use the thick white just because that it get a lot of maneuver. Okay, so that it's done. Now for the center here, this one I did designer series paper. Now we're gonna do white, and what we want to do, it's so this measure three. Let me okay, five 5 and 3/8, 5 and 3/8 by 3 and 3/8. I will have all measurement on my blog. So you can come on my blog and I will have the template for that. So it's 3 and 3/8 by 5 and 3/8. You're going to make a mark at 1 and 3/4. So 1 and 3/4, you're going to make a mark, top and the bottom. Everything you repeat at the top and the bottom. And on the side, it's 1 inch. Now, you can take your paper trimmer, put that on the paper trimmer, like I'm going to do one on the paper trimmer. I rather use my scissors. You're going to put the point here where you make your mark at 1 and 3/4 at the top, and then at the bottom at 1 inch there. And then you're going to cut that diagonal. I prefer me to use just my scissors. I know some of you are like, oh, I cannot cut a straight line. Or I think for me, this it's a lot easier. Oh, did I mark? I think this one I don't even have my 1 inch. So let's go here. And again, I use pencil for this. We can flip it. So like if you do designer series paper, do it on the wrong side. So then you don't have to erase. If it's cardstock, we can just flip it. And then I'm going to come here. Et voila. This one, see, I was off a bit. So I'm going to come right here. Voila. And then again, I get my mark here. And then again here. I wish they would still sell those scissors. This was Stampin' Up scissors. They used to sell them for, it's called the ribbon scissors. I use mine for everything. I mean, everything. Now, this here going to fit perfectly in here with a very little border all around. So, again, we're going to use the liquid glue. I like to use liquid glue when it's very delicate, or the size, it's very um, not much room to play, put it that way, because if I use tape, the minute it touched the paper, it bonds. So with the liquid glue, it gives me a chance to move it. Now that we get that, I got, oh, Happy Days. It's from the stamp set, Rain or Shine. Well, Play in the Rain. And then this is part, the embellishment are part of that suite. They are very tiny, see, very thin. And that I just use a bit, I mean, a very little bit, like just a little dot of the Tombow glue to glue that. This should have been glue. So I just put, I'm going to put a little drop so you guys can see it. Oh, that should have been put the other way. Silly me. Okay. So I done my daisy. So the daisy, I just used two of the medium punch daisy. I sponge a bit of crushed curry and I overlap them and glue them with glue dots. And then you can just use your finger or use the bone folder. Now I did, let me grab this. This is the lovely milky dots, and these one I use the gold and I use the dark Cajun craze and color them with the stamping blend. The reason why I do that in advance, you want to let it dry. If not, if you touch it right away, it's really gonna smear, okay? And I thought that that would be perfect for the center. The reason why I wanted kind of the Cajun craze, because that's what it's in the center of those flower it looked like. So I wanted to stay in about the same thing. Now I'm going to use one more here. Okay, so let's build this here. And my oh happy days, I was debating, do I want it in the front or I want it, so you cannot go on the side because that won't fit in the envelope. You can overlap it this way though. So I think my happy day is going to go in the front. Hmm. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it in the front and put okay, let's do this way. Now we're going to use glue dots. I try to keep it not so thick because it's already thick. Okay, so yeah, we can use dimensional, but like I said, it's already quite a bit raised up. Here we go. You know what? We're going to put our happy days, and the happy days I will use dimensional. It's already thick, so it's going to cost me extra money to mail it. So why not? So I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to close that here. Here we go. And hmm, you know what? I want it a little bit more. I didn't like this here. Okay, let me 1 minute. Let me do the other flower. I'm going to put the other flower here. And then my happy days, it's going to be more in the center there. So I'm going to put my right on the edge. You don't want on this side because you don't want to glue both because it wouldn't open, right? Here we go. And now when it open, then I can put one right there. Or one right there. I'm going to put about there. Want to make sure it's close so it cannot pass the line there. And then you could use that for happy birthday. You can use whatever. I just used the stamp set that was in this suite here. Et voila. So inside I put the yellow and outside I put the white, the sponge with the yellow. And then when it close, boom, and it's going to fit, whoops, in a regular envelope, even with all those layers, it will fit. But here we go. The thickness of it, I want to make sure that you hold your daisy when, usually what I do with this, I would use another piece of cardstock, or I get postcard that I put on that just so to protect the top there. I put another piece, and you can emboss that so it's more rough and it's more forgiving. And here, voila. Now that I put that, I bet I can go with just one postage, but I would check with the post office just to make sure because it's kind of bulky, okay? So you see how easy it is when I put that, slide it in. So that is it. So again, that was Pauline that shared this full. She gave me a Thanksgiving, and then I got a Christmas card too. My Christmas card are just in the back of me. She gave me a Christmas card done this way. How fun it is, right? So I got this one here. See, with the daisy. And then I get the one with those little cute creature. And they just stand out so lovely on a disc. So, so lovely. So that is it, my friend. I will have all measurement, all supplies list that I use for both of them. And I will have the template also. So visit my blog. Right below, you get the direct link. Thank you so much and have a great day, my friend. Bye bye for now.